Okay, it's finally time to do this. Hi there, my name's Julian, also known as Iron Seagull, and here I am, finally doing a Let's Play on The Sims 3. I've been wanting to do this for years. My name is Julian Seagull. After spending 5 years doing YouTube, my one goal was to contribute to the community that's made my experience with The Sims so much more fulfilling. Now my role has become bigger, leading to getting more love and support than I possibly could have imagined, and turning into a community representative on two fronts, on PC and on mobile. I became someone else. I am the Iron Seagull. Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, and I definitely sound more confident than I did at this time 5 years ago. I can't believe it's been 5 years. How? Where did the time go? But I guess, as people like to say, time flies when you're having fun. And yeah, wow, I'm so grateful for all the support you've given me over these past 5 years. Like, wow, I can't believe there's well over 16,000 of you now. Like, seriously, at this time last year, there was only just over 9,000 of you. And yeah, that's kind of crazy, almost twice as much as before. So yeah, this is just a special little video to celebrate that. Well, I don't know if I'd call it little. I think this is gonna be a pretty long video, to be honest. But yeah, I did collect some of your questions from a few days back, both on YouTube and Twitter, so I'll be answering a lot of those later. There were some repeats as well, so even if your question doesn't appear in the video, your question was most likely answered in some way. But before that, I do want to show you a little compilation I put together of just funny moments and cool moments from the past 5 years. So first, yeah, let's take a look at that. Change pose. Flirty bear. Oh yeah, that's how you flirt. Is it gonna clip through the land again like before? Man, that was hilarious. Oh. Right through Randy's pirate ship. That has to be a replay moment. I'm sorry, it just has to. Man, that was hilarious. Man, that was hilarious. Oh. Whoa. Pretty much the same as the woo. What the? Oh my god.
Me too. It scared the algebra right out of me.
It scared the algebra right out of me? Oh man. The explosion caused a chain reaction involving not just the one that I meant to blow up, but every pile on the lot. Of course, my Sims date was caught in the explosion and got singed. And then I got a notification from her saying, "You've got some issues, and I'm not sticking around to deal with them," and she ditched me and went home. Oh yes, the grabby hand! The grabby hand that makes you go fast! My descriptions for things, oh goodness. Okay, we made it. Whoa, we're in Eggman's thing from Sonic 3. Okay. Oh, the joke's on you this time, Robotnik. Oh, even this part reminds me of the original Hydro City. Man, it's been so long since I've played the original version of Hydro City, but it feels like yesterday from playing this. And that's awesome.
Hey Mimiko, my channel just hit over 5,000 subscribers in 2 years! Mimiko? Not gonna say anything? You're the mascot of my channel, you might as well say something. What are you even doing anyways? Playing Smash Brothers. Of course you're doing the whole Roy versus Roy thing. It's the whole reason why you have this game paused, don't you? Just wanted me to see that.
Wait, can we woo while they're in there? Oh my god. I don't think so, but let's see what happens if I try it. Lucy and Strawberry will probably just get out, but Yeah, okay. Looks like she's just getting out. Man, that would have been just the epitome of awkwardness if Lucy and Claire just, or Lucy and Strawberry just stayed in there. Or, wait, Lucy, why aren't you getting out? What? Oh my god! Wow! Wow! Oh my god!
Woo!
Well, this is something for the highlight reel. And then Lucy's crying because she's not the one being woohooed with. And then she's just getting back in for some reason. Wow. And Lucy just frustrated. Wow, I think she's jealous, even though she only kissed Randy once, but wow. And his clone actually attacks other players once you've leveled that up, it's really fun. Oh man, those god rays though. Oh my god. Oh boy. That almost caused an accident. Just getting distracted by the beauty of this game. Oh my gosh, that's too funny. No! Oh my... Ah. Oh, could I possibly... Oh... Oh... Oh! Oh my gosh, we were literally side by side. Oh man. That might be replay worthy right there.
Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh!
I've seen that happen in The Sims 3 before. Whoa! Look at him just go up that hill like he's freaking Sonic the Hedgehog or something. Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another reaction video. So, oh my gosh. Toddlers! It's actually happened. Wow. Like, it's been 5 hours since Toddlers were announced at the time I'm recording this, and it's still kind of sinking in a little bit. And this is just, oh my god, this is so cute. Toddlers are here! Welcome to your life. Yeah, welcome to life with toddlers. Oh, that's so cute! The hug and the outfits and the walking and the bed, the car bed, and playing in the bath. And they're twirling in the air and tucking them in. Toddler traits, toddler skills, toddlers are here, play now. Mimiko, how did you stay on my shoulder? Ooh, greenhouse. Oh jeez. Thunderstorm. Oh, all the way to a snow. Kiddie pools! Oh my god! Snowman building, shoveling. They're shoveling now. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's the sprinklers are back. Oh, the hairstyle on that girl is so cute. Oh, there's the weather machine. The weather machine. Oh man. Ooh, dang. Lightning strike. Wait. Is he a superhero now? June 22nd. The leak was right. No way. Initially, while I was recording this video, only the Portuguese version was available thanks to Sims community finding it before it was temporarily taken down. The English version is up now, but still, I thought I'd share a couple of funny bits from the Google translated version of the Portuguese blog. Like, I love how at the end it says, "Of course," says Janine, "what could happen to bad?" It ends up translating to "what's the worst that could happen" in English, but I feel like saying "what could happen to bad" should just be a thing that I say from now on. It's from within a cabin in Granite Falls, and you can see the snow falling outside. It's just like, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. It's so nice. Like, even when you're just inside sheltering yourself from the weather, it's just like, oh man, like seriously, like this is why I love this season's expansion so much. Alright, I hope you enjoyed that highlight reel of the past 5 years. That's the really cool thing about YouTube, is that since it's all recorded, you can just easily look back on that stuff. There was even more that I was kind of hoping I could fit in, but I didn't want it to run too long. But hopefully there'll be even more memories made in the future. Anyways, let's get to the Q&A here. I'm not gonna worry about Mimiko falling off my shoulders. This is not a reaction video. And this is actually my second time recording this because I had almost 50 questions and, well, it was almost an hour and I was running out of space on the memory card. Yeah, I think I gotta keep my answers a little bit shorter this time. I'm sorry if I couldn't answer your question, but we'd be here for quite a long time, and with my internet, it would take forever to upload this video. So I still try to get at least the most common questions so that even if your question does not pop up on screen, there's still a fairly good chance that it's answered anyways. So, all right, let's get started with question number 1. From Microwave Susan, if you could only play one game for the rest of your life, what would you choose? So this was an interesting one to think about because one of them would definitely be The Sims as one of the choices, but the other choice I came up with was Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. We'll talk more about that game later, but it's just like with both games, there's so many possibilities and there's so many ways to change up your gameplay, so I figured one of those, but one other part of it was also, does it depend on, like, do I have to take The Sims 4 as it is? Or will, like, the other updates still, like, apply in the future? Because if the other updates apply in the future, The Sims 4 for sure, I think. Because, I don't know, like, the previous Sims games, they have their strengths, but they also have, like, their weaknesses, and they're done, so they're not going to be fixed. So, yeah, there you go. There's your answer for that one. That was a really hard question to answer. And, sorry, yeah, I did say it was from my course, Susan, never mind. Okay. Sim Wolfie asks, how old are you? And I am 28 years old. I was born right at the beginning of the 90s, so that's pretty interesting. And Azzy Too Sweet asks, what is your nationality? And do you play Fortnite? So my dad's from Germany, my mom is from Sri Lanka, and I was born and raised in Canada. So I am 3 things. I'm mixed. It's quite interesting being raised in a mixed household, that's for sure. And do I play Fortnite? No. I never have, and I don't really intend on it. It looks kind of tempting, but I don't know. I have, I think, what I call a hipster reflex where I resist things that get popular really fast, because it's a similar thing with Minecraft where I never played that either because I see it around so much that I'm already tired of the game before even playing it, if that makes any sense. So yeah, no intentions on playing Fortnite. Plus, I don't really play shooters anyways, except for Splatoon, but that game's not about getting the most kills or trying to survive longer than everyone else. It's about inking the most turf, and it's quite interesting, very 90s inspired. It's pretty fresh. Alright, so next question, Miss Elephant. Did you answer this question? Yes. I was thinking of Mr. Burns when he had his own TV show, and Mr. Sturgis like, Mr. Burns, you're home already? Yes. But anyways, next question is by the Miss Alira. Simgurus used to ask us about cars and how we would want to see them in the game, then silence. I'm wondering if they will make cars one day for The Sims 4. I feel like we're missing so much. And, well, I think there is a higher chance. If you had asked me this question 2 years ago, I would have said probably not. However, ever since Cats and Dogs released, for some reason, I've been seeing way more requests for cars than before. I figured it was just my channel because it's just like, oh, okay, I've attracted, like, a like-minded audience. But no, even like on other people's videos, I see a lot of people asking for cars. So that's quite interesting, and that makes me really happy. So I think for that, we're probably going to get cars sometime in the future. I don't know if it'll be this year or next year or even like later than that, but I think the Simgurus are hopefully at least trying to figure that out, because I think even without open world, cars are well worth it. There's more to cars than just being something to get you from point A to point B. So yeah, I think we're gonna get cars. Alright, so next question comes from Wiki Gramza. Are you a cat or a dog person? And I am most definitely a cat person. I don't really hate dogs per se, and there's some that I actually really like, such as the corgis. But yeah, I don't know, I like cats. They're cute, they're funny, they make for some really great memes, and they're kind of relatable to me because cats are, usually stereotyped as being more reserved than dogs, and that's kind of me as well. So yeah, definitely makes sense in my opinion that I'm a cats person. And all right, so John Silon asks, oh, by the way, that reminds me, I apologize if I pronounce any of your usernames wrong, but I'm trying my best. Do you plan to play other games that are not from Sonic or The Sims? Well, I have, and I will in the future, because, yeah, you even saw, like, a few of those games in the highlight reel that are not related to Sims or Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I played Trackmania for a little while, there's the American Truck Simulator. I did a video on City Skylines a year or two ago, and I want to do more. I really want to play the Park Life expansion pack. The problem is, seasons. It's taken up so much of my time. So if that had come out before Seasons was announced, then sure, there probably would have been a video from me on that already, but that's gonna have to wait until after Seasons releases, at least a few weeks after, because, yeah, I mean, Seasons, enough said. But yeah, I play so many games other than Sonic and The Sims, and I do want to do that on the channel as well. Alright, so, Meme Simmer asks, I know who you are, you're a longtime supporter. I got 2 questions. Do you think they will do another community pack? And second, do you have any new projects planned for Seasons? Sorry, I forgot to just set my timer here, but, alright, so the first question, another community pack. Well, I don't know. I think part of that depends on how much longer The Sims 4 has, as in how many years. Super Grant's already talked about how they have content planned for years out, but who knows how many years? Is it just 2 years? Is it 4 years? Is it longer? I don't know. But if it's only a couple more years, then I don't know. And I feel like if they were to do another community pack, it'd probably be another stuff pack. I don't know if they'd let the community decide on something bigger like a game pack or an expansion pack, especially if the voting didn't go too well. Like, I mean, there was so much backlash over Laundry winning the stuff pack vote. Would you really want something like that to happen with an expansion pack? I don't know. So, Super Grant did say that he wants to do another one of these, but I don't know if that'll happen. I feel like it might be a 50-50 chance. Maybe raise it a little bit higher in its favor if we get at least 3 to 4 more years of The Sims 4. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it'd be good if we got another community stuff pack, because then there'd be another good chance to make our voices heard and get something that we really want. Because I really want Off the Grid. And yeah, do you have any new projects planned for Seasons? Well, I have 2 right now, because the first one is the Let's Play for Seasons, which the Cats and Dogs Let's Play is going to lead right into it, so you should watch like parts 18 to 20 if you want to get a little bit more out of the Seasons Let's Play. And I'm actually going to talk about the other new project in the next question. So yeah, Maple Simmer asks, congratulations on your upcoming 5-year anniversary. Thank you. What, if anything, is your favorite aspect of Seasons based on what we currently know about it? So this question is going to be answered in tomorrow's video, where I have a new rankings video that is about the top 5 things I'm most excited for with Seasons. So yeah, I'm not gonna spoil it. The answer to that question is going to be the #1 spot for that. And alright, so Darling Darlene asked 2 questions. If we were to get farming or university, what would you want first? I think I've actually answered this question before in a different video. Farming, for sure, because university I can wait for. I don't know, I've had like mixed feelings about university. It's nice that it adds like more depth to the education system, but in terms of actual gameplay, I haven't found them as enjoyable as some of the other packs. I guess Sims 3 University Life was okay, but oh boy, Sims 2 University? Sorry, I think that's my least favorite expansion for that game. Ugh, it dragged on so long and the mascots were so annoying. But yeah, farming for sure. So the second question is, have babies playable in The Sims 4? Like, not just sitting in the bassinet, because we all know babies aren't so still. And here's the thing, I'd like to see babies be improved. I don't think it's very likely to happen since they're objects in The Sims 4, but playable? I don't know. I feel like I have my fill with that with the toddlers being controllable. So I don't know. I don't feel like babies being playable would be all that interesting. I don't know. It's definitely not something high up on my wish list at all. It wasn't something I even considered until you asked that question. Alright, so Voltron asks, would it be too personal to ask if you have ever farted into a jar? How did you think of that question? Is my question to that. I haven't, no. Nicer Homes and Lots says, congratulations, really enjoy your channel. I don't remember if you've said this before, might have missed it. Do you have a favorite family, and if so, who is it? Could be from a Let's Play or when you play off camera. So right now, it would actually be my cats and dogs Let's Play household, because Shelly and October are two of my favorite Sims that I've ever made, and they're in the same household together, so it's like, okay, well, it's almost like a win by default in a way. Like, yeah, they're both so fun to play as, and they have kind of differing personalities, but not to the point where they're polar opposites, and it's kind of funny. It's like they've bonded over their mutual love of VLTs, and also adventuring through the jungle, so yeah, they're definitely my favorite family at the moment. And, okay. Well, yeah, Claire Charming's part of the Cats and Dogs household too, but in a different family. But Claire Charming was my favorite pre-made in The Sims 1. All right, so next question is coming from Kayla of Minty Marmalade. And she says, congrats on your 5-year anniversary on YouTube. Thank you. And what's your favorite video game series aside from Sims and Sonic the Hedgehog? Keep up the great work. Oh, that's a little bit difficult because, well, I mean, you may know that I'm a huge fan of Nintendo. I've owned their consoles for the past few generations, starting with the GameCube. So I have the GameCube, the Wii, the Wii U, and I got a Switch for my birthday back in January, so that's really fun. But yeah, then it gets considerably harder once you get like the whole like Nintendo thing out there. So, I mean, there's definitely like a number of ones that I like for Nintendo, including Pokemon, Mario, Smash Brothers, and F-Zero, of course. Yeah, F-Zero. I love F-Zero GX. I like that more than most Mario Karts, and yeah. I've played every Mario Kart except for Mario Kart 7. I'm actually a really strong contender in Mario Kart. Rory plays would know. But favorite? My absolute favorite? Oh dear, that's really difficult. Because it'd probably be either Mario or Super Smash Brothers. Might be Smash Brothers, because as much as I love Mario, Smash Brothers like has a lot of open possibilities, as I mentioned before. And okay, Coffee in the Classroom asks, what's your favorite season? I'm assuming you're meaning in real life, so I'm gonna answer it that way. And it used to be winter when I was a child, but back then, of course, I didn't have to worry about shoveling snow or driving through snow and freezing rain and black ice and all that stuff, so it's fall now. It's cool, but not as cold as winter. And yeah, it's a nice excuse to bring out the hoodies that I love. And Halloween's nice. It's just a very cozy season. And of course, the fall fair in my town. That's another really good thing worth looking forward to. Yeah, that's pretty much it for that question. Tiger Lily asks, who's your favorite video game character of all time? I actually couldn't resist and replied saying that'll be an easy one. And then she added on why, and that'll make it more interesting. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog, without a doubt. And Sonic has influenced me a lot, and just like how The Sims has, except in a different way, because The Sims has influenced me creatively, where Sonic has influenced my actual personality. So yeah, Sonic is just amazing. I don't know, I could go on for so long about Sonic, but yeah, Sonic's games I find are like, yeah, some of the recent games are a mixed bag, but there's a lot of really fun Sonic games for sure. Like all the Genesis era games, Sonic Mania, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, some of the spin-offs like Sonic Riders. Team Sonic Racing looks pretty good. I'm excited for that, especially with the whole team racing aspect. That reminds me of the old NASCAR Racers cartoon. And yeah, like Sonic is just like, he has such a colorful personality, and there's such a colorful cast as well with so many interesting characters like Tails and Knuckles and Silver and Blaze and Shadow and Eggman, and it's just such an amazing franchise. There's a reason Sonic is still around even after certain flops like Sonic 06 and Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. So yeah, Sonic is awesome. All right, next question. It's from Lex. How did you initially get into gaming? What was the one game that started it all? I feel like there's two games that apply to this question, because like the first literal game that I played was Mickey's 1-2-3. It was called something like that. I don't think that's the exact title, but it's like Goofy is having a birthday party, and then you have to like get all these things ready for him. And yeah, it's like, and that's an edutainment game, so I feel like if you want to know like the first, like, I guess if you could call it real game that I played, it's Wacky Wheels. Yeah, it's kind of interesting that I started gaming with a game that's inspired by Mario Kart and not Mario Kart itself. But yeah, Wacky Wheels. It's a really interesting game because it has like those Mode 7 graphics that Super Mario Kart has too. But yeah, it has things like, wow, I just remembered, you actually chuck hedgehogs at other racers. Was that my precursor to liking Sonic? I have no idea, but yeah, that's kind of interesting. And then there's like another battle mode where you like chase after ducks and throw hedgehogs at them. And yeah, it's kind of interesting. Wacky Wheels has a lot of personality too, because you actually play as these escaped zoo animals. And all right, so next question. What encouraged you to become a YouTuber? This is asked by Tori Nix. I love your videos, by the way. You and Pixelade are two of my favorite YouTubers. You guys are inspirational and such wonderful human beings. Thank you for being you, and thank you for such a great compliment. It definitely hits me in the feels a little bit. And yes, Pixelade, he's one of my best friends in the Sims community. We go way back. I remember when we were like playing Euro Truck Simulator. Well, it didn't have multiplayer at the time, but we were just both playing it on the same time. And we would just like stay up until like 3 a.m. doing that. It was such good times. And I'm really glad that he's growing so fast. It's kind of cool that both of us are growing fast. It's really interesting. But what else was I going to say? Like, yeah, Pixelade's great. Check him out if you haven't already. And so the actual question, though, what encouraged you to become a YouTuber? So it's kind of interesting how that happened because, well, I don't remember how exactly I found Sims videos on YouTube, but I remember Curtis Parody was the first person that I watched regarding Sims videos and his really old house building videos. And then I found like the Sims Supply and Rachy Bop, and then Queen. That ended up becoming important when I found her Sims 3 Generation Let's Play. She had actually like just started it. She only had 1 or 2 episodes out. And Andrew Arcade as well. I gotta mention him. He's also a big inspiration, and that was amazing to actually have met him in person twice now. But yeah, Queen, she was such a role model for the community. It's really sad that she's no longer with us, but like from watching Queen's videos and like coming home from classes, I think I was in university at the time. I was watching her videos and just watching all of her videos and seeing like how lovely her personality was and being honest about how she felt about The Sims and all that stuff. It was very inspiring to see. And yeah, it was especially her that really kind of encouraged me to start my own channel and not just upload random videos for kicks. And I thought, hey, it was pretty fun, and maybe I can like make my own contributions to the community that's already given me so much. Kind of like I said in my Arrow-inspired intro, but yeah, that's, what else can I really say about that? I think I pretty much summed it all up there. It was other Simmers who encouraged me to become a YouTuber, even if it wasn't like directly, but from watching their videos. Yeah, that's kind of how that happened. But the next question comes from Alia Sims 4. Congratulations! I hope there is many more years for your channel, and yeah, I don't plan on stopping. I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So I could be like 50 and still doing this. Who knows? Be interesting to see us get to that point where there's YouTubers maybe like Shane Dawson and PewDiePie who have been around for like literally 50 years on YouTube. I don't know, but yeah, maybe your channel should outlive us all. It is very nice that you decided to do a Q&A. Funny thing, I just uploaded a Q&A to my channel. Great minds think alike. Question is, what tips and strategies can you share for someone wanting to grow their Sims channel, especially with The Sims 4? Okay. I really hope you answered this question. Once again, congratulations, and I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you. I hope you have an amazing day as well. And, man, this was definitely one of the questions that in my first recording really, really dragged out for a while. But to keep it shorter and more to the point, I would say be as original as you can. I know sometimes people accuse each other of copying when more often than not it's not really the case, but it's good to be yourself, because people will definitely call you out if you're not being yourself. And so bring your own personality and think about what makes you unique. And I mean that's how a lot of big YouTubers now have become successful, because they've done things that are either where at the time that they started doing them wasn't really a common thing, or was never done at all before they started. So that's one thing that separates the big YouTubers from the small YouTubers. I think that the bigger YouTubers, even if they do some things that have been done before, a lot of things that they do are also original. I mean, I got to where I am now mostly because of my Sims info/thoughts videos. And even now, not too many people do those. There's my good friend Pixelate who does them. But yeah, most people still kind of do the news in kind of the typical objective way, where you're just reporting the news as is. And I definitely am familiar with that style, since I actually took journalism in college. I have a diploma for that. And it's kind of funny how I'm both breaking the rules and keeping to them at the same time, with addressing both the positive and negative, but actually explicitly expressing my opinions in the first place. But yeah, just try to think about what hasn't been done before. And also try to focus, if you really, really want to grow your channel, just try to focus on things that that a lot of people are commenting on, and you'll see, especially after you have done maybe 6 months or a year, you'll notice that some of your videos are doing better than others. For example, my info/thoughts videos and my Sims 4 wishlist does really well for me, but my Let's Plays, they do terribly compared to everything else. So yeah, that's one reason that I haven't really focused as much on Let's Plays, plus I haven't had as much time to do them. So yeah, just try to keep those things in mind. Focus on what the audience really likes and try to be unique. And next question from... sorry, never mind. Sometimes I get scared that I didn't say the names at the beginning, but I do. So, Mermaid Sims asks, how did you get introduced to The Sims, and how did you become so involved in it? So, I got introduced to The Sims through one of my childhood friends when I was over at her place, and there was The Sims 1. That was what was the thing at the time, and House Party was the latest expansion. So 2 expansions had already come out for The Sims. And yeah, it was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, okay, so is this an RPG where you just get to the top of your career and get that mansion on the hill? Is that it? But then the mechanical bull in particular was what convinced me that, it really is an actual life simulator where you can have the fun parts of life too, not just the really grindy parts. So yeah, that's how I got hooked on The Sims. And well, I'm assuming how you become so involved in it also refers to the Sims community. And my first leap into the Sims community was actually joining the Mod The Sims forums back during the Sims 2 days. So that was quite interesting. I still remember I was kind of scared to sign up for online things, because always have that fear instilled into you that, oh, everyone's malicious online, everyone's bad and stuff. But yeah, thankfully it turned out pretty well. I'm still here. So Pastella Pixels asks, how do you keep uploading on your channel, and keeping it interesting and fun without getting tired out and potentially even bored. How do you make yourself want to keep uploading for 5 years? So the answer to this is that don't keep uploading the same series every day. And I'll be completely honest about this. Like, yeah, I've been uploading a lot of Sims info / thoughts videos lately. And even though I like doing them, it's like doing that every day, well, or at least almost every day, it gets repetitive. It does. And it does stifle my creativity a little bit. So I'm really glad that I've still managed to fit in the Throwback Thursday specials and some other videos here and there, because yeah, that would get kind of boring if I was just doing the same video almost every day for years on end. Like, geez, just doing Sims info / thoughts videos so often for a month is it's quite a lot, and not always in the best possible way. And I feel like my channel has been built on variety, because yeah, like I started out doing Let's Plays and custom content showcases and mods, but yeah, like mix it up. If you're getting bored of doing the same thing after a while, try and think of something different. Or even it could just be a challenge, like the Not So Berry challenge. Lots of people love doing that. And even though, yeah, lots of people do that now, you might still enjoy doing it. So yeah, just look to the community for inspiration, or look within yourself and think of what you can do to change things up. All right, so the next question comes from Bastille. I don't know if I'm supposed to say the hippopotamus part of it, but Bro Bastille asks, if you were working at the Sim Studio, would you change the way of marketing and the announcements? And also, what's the reason for your fascination of The Sims? Actually, I guess I answered the second question already, so I'll just answer the first one. So yes, I have actually been pretty critical of the marketing strategy, especially on Twitter. Because, I mean, I don't know if you've noticed, especially in light of the news drought that happened before Seasons was announced, they do this thing where they put out like a lot of content close together, and then they leave us hanging for like 2 months or so, and then it just repeats. It's like the Sim cycle. It's just like they shower us with tons of stuff within a short period, then nothing, tumbleweeds for a month or 3, and then it just repeats. And yeah, I'd like to see that be more evened out. Yeah, I hope the summer won't be as dry as this spring was, because apart from Seasons swooping in at almost literally the last minute, this quarter was so empty and so boring. So yeah, like I prefer things being spread out a little bit more, instead of everything being condensed and then nothing, and then condensed and then nothing, and then condensed and then nothing. So yeah, and also just announce the things earlier. I mean, yeah, I think I talked about this in info / thoughts video already. I feel kind of bad, even though I'm sure EA Play was a fantastic experience. Now those people who went are probably under so much stress to get their videos out, especially with Seasons having been announced like so close to release. Their early footage is not going to be helpful for very long, because it's like, oh, the Friday after, the stuff is already out. Yeah, so I think, I hope it's just with Seasons, it's just like, they wanted to surprise us, you know, because freaking Seasons, so many people are asking for that. So hopefully the next expansion pack will be announced at least a few weeks earlier, please. All right, so let's move on to the next question. Nando asks, if you could create your very own expansion pack, what would it be? So since Seasons has been announced, it can't be that. It would have been that, and I guess I did that anyways because of the My Sims 4 wishlist video where I made my own Seasons expansion, basically. But since I really want farming, I think I'd say that, because there's other things that I really want, like a tropical island world. Well, I guess a tropical island could be an expansion pack, but a superhero pack, I think that would work as a game pack as well. But I feel like, you know what? Oh man, now I'm not sure, because I said farming for sure in my first take, but I don't know. I feel like I don't live in a tropical setting, so I don't have as much relatability for that. So yeah, maybe I'd go with farming. I think I'd still go with farming in the end. yeah, an expansion pack that does a whole vacation destination instead of a game pack, that would be quite interesting. If you could remove one expansion from the whole franchise, what would it be? That's his second question. So, good thing he said whole franchise, or else that would be much more difficult if it was just like The Sims 4. So, I'll say The Sims Live and Large, because, I mean, that expansion is really, really basic compared to what we even get now. So, yeah, I mean, it had some okay stuff in it, but Live and Large is just like, eh. I know it's kind of harsh considering that's the first ever expansion pack that happened for The Sims, but that's just how it is. It's not as good as the later expansions for even that game. Okay, so Dan Sneller asks opinions on Nintendo's E3. I remember someone else actually asked me to rate it out of 10 on Twitter, not related to this video, but anyways, I'd give it a 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10 because I love Smash Brothers, so I didn't mind it taking up like half of the direct. But, and also Super Mario Party, that looks great. They actually got rid of the car finally. And, oh yeah, and like having Mew in the Pokeball Plus thingy with the Let's Go Pokemon games. But, it's mixed because there were some things that I was thinking were going to be like a sure thing, but they didn't happen. Like, Metroid Prime 4, Animal Crossing, that's still up in the air. I know a lot of people are disappointed about that. It's not my favorite Nintendo franchise, but I really want to like fully dive into Animal Crossing with a Switch game, and they're denying me that opportunity. So what the heck, Nintendo? And what was the other thing? Oh, new kingdoms for Super Mario Odyssey. Are new costumes really gonna be it for DLC for now on? Like, I mean, I like the costumes. I love like the racing one and the other ones that they've done, but yeah, what the heck? Come on, that can't be it for Super Mario Odyssey, right? I don't know if it's just me, but I felt like Odyssey was short, and that's actually like the one reason I still rank Mario Galaxy 1 over Odyssey in terms of my favorite 3D Marios. So yeah, I don't know. I hope there'll be that. And also, why did they leave the fact that the Octo expansion for Splatoon 2 was going to drop the next day out of the Direct? Like, that would have been a bombshell, but no, they didn't say it for some reason. That's really strange. Also, Ridley, he's no longer too big. Alright, so Yellow Sims on YouTube asks, if you would be able to add one missing feature to each Sims 4 expansion pack so far, including seasons, what would it be? Happy anniversary. Thank you. So, this was an interesting one to think about, and this was another one that took quite a while, but now they have the answers. So, get to work, without a doubt, being able to run a business at home. Get together, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't have made Get Together an expansion in the first place. I would have made it a game pack. So, I don't know. I feel like it's just like, the expansion pack felt a bit short in general, in my opinion, so I don't know, just add more activities, I guess, like the soccer net, or something like that, or maybe even like the pool slide, since that's when they added the pool venues back, stuff like that. And okay, city living, definitely the ability to make apartments in separate worlds, like in worlds other than San Myshuno, like what the heck. And cats and dogs put my first pet stuff into that expansion. So yeah, it was a little bit of an intimidating question at first, but other than Get Together, it actually was fairly easy to answer. Okay, so Annie asks, out of the 5 years that you've done YouTube so far, which one has been the best or most memorable? I love your videos. I'd have no idea what's happening in the Sims community without you. So that's kind of interesting that people are actually turning to me for news, because with those info/thoughts videos, I just kind of like, I always had it in mind. It's just like an informal sort of series where I just comment on the news that's happening. I never would have thought people would actually be like, oh, I actually go to you for the news. So that's quite interesting to hear. I'm not complaining. That's actually wonderful that so many of you actually rely on me for the news. But yeah, for the actual question, I would say 2017 was the most memorable year for 2 huge reasons, because we got some really great content for The Sims last year. Like, toddlers only a few weeks after I decided to throw in the towel and be like, no, we're not getting toddlers. If we were going to get them, we would have gotten them by now, but no. I just needed to wait slightly longer. But why am I doing this finger gesture? I have no idea. Respect toddlers! Yeah, and also, like, we got vampires just, like, a week or two after, and then, like, Parenthood, that's another really noteworthy pack, and, cats and dogs, obviously. And that also leads into the other reason, because I was invited to Sims Camp for a second time. I was like, already crazy enough, I got invited once, but getting invited again, that was like lightning striking in the same spot twice. Whoa. Yeah, and Sims Camp was just an unreal experience both times. It's such a blessing that I got to go. Even though I didn't get invited to EA Play this year, I'm still grateful that I even got invited twice. But hopefully I can get invited again. Like Simguru Kate, like we gotta meet and talk some more, because I think we met during the Cats and Dogs Sims Camp and Sims Mobile and Console, but I was so focused on Cats and Dogs, I don't think we actually spoke that much. Alright, so I think that's it for that question. Hopefully 2018 will be better, though. It's already been a pretty good one so far, I'll say that for sure. Alright, so Tazreen, my good friend, asks, what got you obsessed with seagulls? Well, it's kind of interesting. Ever since I was a child, I was fascinated with them. Like, I would chase seagulls. I don't really do that so much now. It's only like, say, if I'm driving through a parking lot and they're there, well, I don't have much choice, and they'll get out of the way anyways, even though at least the seagulls around here, they don't have much fear of cars. But the thing is, with seagulls, they're, I don't know, it was ever since I started paying more attention to them, I realized they're actually pretty funny. They do funny things, and I mean, you might have seen like some funny videos of gulls on the internet. They're actually properly called gulls, like when you look them up online. The seagulls thing is just like a nickname, but Iron Gull doesn't really sound as good as Iron Seagull in my opinion, so yeah, seagulls I think are pretty entertaining and really funny. So if you ever like see gulls frequent an area near you, maybe just pay more attention to them. You might actually get a laugh or three out of them. So that's basically it. Seagulls are very amusing to me and make me smile. So next question from Nolly T. Your favorite Simguru? My favorite Simguru is definitely Graham. I feel like we think on very similar wavelengths, where we kind of think deeply. We are very logical people. And he's also made some of my favorite expansions, especially when it comes to The Sims 3, because he was a producer on Seasons, he was a producer on Pets, he was a producer on, Island Paradise, that was the third one I was going to mention. Yeah, Simguru Graham is awesome, and I actually give him a lot of credit for saving The Sims 3 in my eyes, because, yeah, like before expansions came along like Pets and Seasons, I was getting really bored of the game, but the expansions that he was behind really saved the game for me. And I gotta mention Simguru Kate, though, because, like, seriously, like, she's been such a wonderful influence, and I've seen at least a couple of fellow YouTubers be like, I've come back to the community because of you. And they were actually, like, thinking about just packing up shop and leaving the community, but no, they're still here because of her, so that's amazing. Like, Simguru Kate is definitely a wonderful person. So yeah, the next question. Do you think we will get University in The Sims 4? And that comes from Purple Pop Girl. Yes, of course. I think we're gonna get University. It's such a popular request. Not as much as Seasons and Pets were, but yeah, so many people asked for University, and I don't think it's as hard to pull off as Pets and Seasons. It's just like they gotta, well, I don't know, maybe they can fit University into the home worlds this time around, who knows, but yeah, University's so popular. I think it's a matter of when, not if. And maybe we'll get it this year, hopefully, because University, I think if they really tried, they could even fit it into a game pack if they wanted to, but it could be an expansion too. I'm less against that idea now because we're getting seasons, so if University's an expansion, it won't be at the expense of like waiting even longer for seasons. But now into the next question. Ivan Martinez asks, if there's Sims 5, would you like the art style to be cartoony like Sims 2 and 4, or more realistic like 3? And for me, this one's a no-brainer. Definitely cartoony. I feel like that is part of the essence of the Sims charm. Sims 3 was kind of a weird departure, in my opinion. The environments look good, in my opinion, but the Sims themselves, I think they're probably my least favorite Sims in the series. Yeah, it's whenever like I make some of the Sims from my past Sims 3 Let's Plays into the Sims 4, I always love their Sims 4 iterations way more. And yeah, I think the Sims 5 should look a lot like the Sims 4, except make the textures better, because like one specific example, actually two, like with the beach in Cavalier Cove in Brindleton Bay, you can see the rocks are like a bit low detail. It's just like, why? It's not like they're way in the distance. You're seeing them. And same with the seagulls. I don't know why they're so low detailed. I'm really glad they fulfilled my request to have interactive seagulls, but still, like, I don't know why the seagulls are still like so low detail. So yeah, they gotta improve things like that with The Sims 5. I don't think there's gonna be any issues with computers being able to handle it by the time Sims 5 is out, whenever that is. From Crystal City, do you ever play as your Sim self? Actually, there's 3 different questions from her. So, no, I do not play as my Sim self. I find that kind of boring, honestly. I find it more interesting to create my own characters that have a little bit of myself in them and live vicariously through them. I make evil Sims sometimes, especially like Lucy Machado. You might be familiar with her character if you've watched some of my older Sims 4 Let's Plays. My Heartbreakers Club Let's Play is technically not over, so hopefully I can bring that back within the next month or two, and then you'll see her again. But, yeah, I don't know. Most of my Sims are goody two-shoes, though. What is your favorite version of The Sims? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Sims 1! Yeah, that's an unpopular opinion, but even though I think The Sims 2 is overall the best game with The Sims, there's just this quaint charm about The Sims 1 that I don't think has ever been topped since, especially with the soundtrack and like the art style of it too, with the 2.5D dimensional graphics. It's cute, it's charming, and yeah, there's something about it that really like captures my heart. And it's the first Sims game I played too, so I might be a little biased. Alright, so Gui asks, feelings about Smash Bros. Ultimate, and have you ever played Roblox? I'm going to talk a bit about Ultimate, so I'm just going to get the Roblox one out of the way first. I have never played Roblox either, so I don't know. It looks like Minecraft to me. I'm not interested in those sorts of games, so yeah, but Smash Bros. Ultimate, oh my god. I couldn't believe it. If I had done a reaction video for that, Mimiko would have fallen off my shoulder multiple times. Like, wow, they brought back everybody. Even the clone characters like Toon Link and Pichu and Lucina. What the heck? That is insane, Sakurai. Like, what? And possibly all the stages as well. But yeah, we don't know that for sure yet. But yeah, like, whew, this could be the best Smash Brothers game, but the thing is, I know like I'm gonna get this anyways, it's Smash Brothers, but I'm worried about how much new content it's gonna have, not just in terms of the stages and newcomers, but the single player content. Like, are we gonna get an adventure mode? I'd really like something like Melee, where it doesn't have really much story, but it has some really fun stages that actually take place in the various Nintendo franchises, like the F-Zero track that you're running along, and then you have to like jump out of the way of the cars as they come along, or like the Mushroom Kingdom where you're actually going through a side-scrolling level, or the Hyrule Temple where you're like finding the Triforce, if I remember correctly. Things like that. So I feel like if they don't make the single player really interesting, it's going to be just like so much recycled content, and then once that nostalgia wears off, it might not be as interesting as it is initially. So I really hope Sakurai kept that in mind, and I trust him. He's really great, so yeah, I have high hopes for Smash Bros. Ultimate. I can't wait to have that on my Switch. And all right, so Golden Chick 85 asks, when did you start playing The Sims? Sorry, my nose is really itchy. I do that a lot in my reaction videos, but when did you start playing The Sims? So yes, I already said that it was after House Party came out. It was right before Hot Date. So sheesh, I don't remember actually what year that was. It was probably like 2001. But yeah, and that was during the Sims 1 era. All right, so Claire Nash asks, what color is your toothbrush? Mine is blue, and mine's white. It's pretty simple. All right, so 9 Days asks, what is your favorite feature in Sims 3 Seasons? What do you look forward to most in expansions and game packs? So favorite feature in the Sims 3 Seasons, festivals. Like, that's really interesting. It brought my Sims together in a way that not even Generations accomplished. It's a really innovative feature, and I like how there's the lot markers where it like changes with each season. So yeah, really cool, those festivals. And yeah, I look forward to Worlds, I think I'd say, the most in expansions and game packs. I feel like, somewhat of an expert in Worlds. I almost like know them on the back of my hand now. And yeah, I love getting new worlds for sure. All right, so next question. Oh boy, I butchered this name before, and I know I'm going to butcher it again. J. Moerder Opien Backfiets? What could happen to bad? Well, what's the worst that can happen? All right, so Michelle asks, I came from the Q&A video, and I want to ask one question. Why is my nose so itchy? No, that's not the question. In The Sims 4, what season will you play the most? I'm playing summer, so my Sims have to suffer in the heat like me. That's interesting. I feel like summer is like always the least popular season with these seasons expansions for good reason. I mean, eternal summer. We deal with that for like 3 or 4 years before the seasons expansion comes along. But I'm gonna say probably winter. It's so close between fall and winter because I feel like they transform the game the most, but probably winter. But we'll see what happens once I actually get my hands on this pack. And all right, so yeah, this is the last question. And kind of an interesting last question to have. This was kind of just a coincidence because I've just taken so many screenshots and named them in alphabetical order here. Why did you call your channel Iron Seagull? And where did you get the idea for the name from? So Iron Seagull is a combination of two things. The iron part comes from Iron Man because at the time he was like my favorite superhero. Now the Green Arrow is my favorite. But yeah, so the iron comes from Iron Man, and Seagull just comes from, well, my love for seagulls. And I really wanted to have a name that sticks out because, I mean, a lot of people call like their channels like in the simming community like something Sims. And then they regret it later because they want to like branch out and do other games too. And I knew from the beginning that I wanted to do The Sims and Sonic the Hedgehog. So yeah, I wanted something that stands out. And I mean, like 90% of the population hates seagulls. So how likely is it that a YouTuber would have Seagull in their name? I don't think there's actually too many. I'll have to check. I don't know. But yeah, Iron Seagull, it just ends up being like an interesting combination that brings across some of my personality as well, like my love for superheroes, seagulls, and all that geeky stuff that we all like. And yeah, that's basically it for that question and this whole Q&A. Wow, this still ended up being over 40 minutes. I hope that a lot of you are happy with the answers that I've given, and well, I mean, just thank you for these 5 years. I never would have expected to get as far as I have. I mean, I still remember when I made like my 500 subscribers video, and I was like, okay, like this is it? I'm not gonna get any farther than that. That's good. Like, I'm not gonna reach 1,000 subscribers ever. And there's 16,000 of us now. Oh, well over that now. And it's still growing fairly fast, even though it's kind of slowing down now. But wow, I never thought I'd have 16,000 of you just like subscribe to me. Like, wow. That I never would have thought. I see that happen to other people, but then it's just like, yeah, that's never gonna happen to me, but it did. Wow, it's kind of crazy, really. Just coming from the whole from like the grassroots of social media and participating on message boards to being like an official EA game changer is just, it kind of feels like I'm living that kind of story of rising up from like nothing and suddenly becoming someone. It's like, whoa, it's unreal, and it's been a fun experience, and I don't want it to stop anytime soon. So thank you for sticking with me, whether you've subscribed when you first saw like my first Sims 3 Let's Play, or you just subscribed like right now. I think there's gonna be good things coming, and yeah, like I hope you're looking forward to that too, especially with seasons. Like, that's so close now. And I hope you enjoyed this special video too. This was a really fun one to make. And maybe I'll even do like another Q&A in the future. I don't know, maybe for like the 6-year anniversary or just some other time, just so that I can answer more of your questions, because I feel kind of bad that I couldn't answer every single question. But I think I did cover most of the questions, especially like the common ones. So yeah, I think I'm just going to wrap up this video here. So once again, be sure to leave a like or a comment or even subscribe, because it lets me know that you like my channel, my videos, and it helps you keep up to date more easily with the latest content from me. I do videos on The Sims, Sonic the Hedgehog, and more. So I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!